day. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Wilson now off the bootleg. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a cap around this season.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start here with Jackson, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, That allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the 41, Brady. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
On play action, now Brady. That ball caught by Slayton. Touchdown! Darius Slayton. His sixth touchdown of the season, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point through the snowflakes, something good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll have a Jets first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Hines.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Now it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Caught right side, Davis. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On second down, it's Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the Patriots who got the win on the road, so they'll look to finish off the sweep here in Foxborough.
On second down, this is Harris. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge for
winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Just his second incompletion so far is 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Well, the Patriot offense back out, getting set to go.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
On the carry, it's Jackson. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Outside handoff to the right side. If If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
Second and 11.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now they'll throw with Brady. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game. I
think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To try again after the sack. Wilson, he'll check this down to Hines. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On third down, Wilson.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we are at halftime here. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3, and they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
From the 30 on second down, Brady. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They run on 1st down with Jackson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Brady's throw there complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And this one too low.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets 17. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They run again with Jackson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here, 3rd and goal. Jackson is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down now, it's Hines. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Patriots have it.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Brady, maybe a free play here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On first down. Jackson. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
2nd and 2.
They'll run again with Jackson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point safely through, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. DeForest Buckner in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. To throw is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's got his open man Royal. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New York's offense back out there and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Brady going to throw here. Escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. John Franklin Myers able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
off at the 40. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, Michelle. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Patriots, the win